Right, hello everybody. So, third lesson for this week. We're doing another research lesson, thinking about some issues that are affecting the planet, and then some of the solutions that we can, some solutions we can sort of like do to help combat these issues. So, yesterday you watched those videos that you were given, and we're going to give you a little bit more freedom today to sort of like look at your own bit of research. So I'll scroll down a little bit for you. So today's task, so it's all here for you. So firstly, you're going to think about 3 issues which need something done about them. You might decide to pick one of these 3. You might pick something else that you know about, or that you've researched about, or that you're interested in. If you're not sure, I would suggest picking 3 from this list at the top. Obviously, you probably know about deforestation from last week. Plastic is just so big. But these 2, if you're not sure, I'd definitely be thinking about these 2 potentially. So 3 issues that need something done about them. And then what you'll also need to do is also find 3 possible solutions or improvements that can be made. So you want 3 issues and 3 solutions. Again, these can be from the list at the top of the page, or things that you are interested in, passionate about, things that you've heard of, anything like that. Just an added little bit. Again, obviously we did something like this very similarly in year 6 last year, and obviously we can't quite do the same right now with lockdown. But something you could do, this little purple bit here that I've put in. So if potentially you do want to research about pollution, maybe specifically like pollution that comes from vehicles and things like that, one little bit of research you could do that doesn't actually involve the internet is either going somewhere or looking out your window. Sort of depends where you live, really. You might do it on a walk at some point today. Have a count of the number of vehicles that drive by. So obviously you are going to need a piece of paper, and preferably you would sort the vehicles into like categories. So cars, motorbikes, vans, lorries, maybe like a bus, a bicycle, and things like that. Again, it depends where you live, depends how many vehicles will come through that particular area. But at school last year, and I've written it down here, in this little section here, at school last year, so we had groups of children who went down to the lay-by, which is at the bottom of College Road, and each group, they stood at the bottom of the lay-by for 15 minutes, and in one of those sets of 15 minutes, 100 vehicles actually passed through Purton, and that was actually the most we had in any of those 15-minute slots. But yeah, 100 vehicles drove through Purton, and they were all categorised. But out of that 100, only 1 was actually a bicycle, which obviously isn't a vehicle, mode of transport. And all the rest were pretty much cars, vans, buses. And that was Purton, which is obviously only a village. So quite a shocking statistic, really. If you live in a different part of the area, maybe, or even a different part of Purton, obviously the high street is obviously like the main busiest road. It depends where you live, really. But again, that's something you can do that doesn't actually involve the internet. Sit outside your window, or if you're on your walk, maybe how many cars drive past a particular road you're walking down. Doesn't even have to be for 15 minutes, but we just felt like 15 minutes was just quite a good little time slot. It's obviously January or February now. It's February actually, isn't it? It's February, it's quite cold. So totally up to you, that is. But that's what I'd like you to do today. 3 issues 3 possible solutions or improvements. The solutions don't have to match up with the issues necessarily, but just 3 things that can be done about helping the planet, really. And again, if you're not sure, I would use some of the ideas that are at the top. These are all really good ones. These solutions are all great, and there's so much to talk about. But again, if you know something that you're interested in, or that you've heard about, you're passionate about, by all means, you could do different things that are not on this suggested list. So it's your own research today. And again, you don't have to do it. It's up to you how you set out your notes. Some of you like to do things, you might split your page up into, like, say, 6 sections. You might write it just in a list. Mind maps are always quite good. And with mind maps as well, depending what device you're using, I know, like on the iPads, and we have this at school, we have an app where you can create mind maps, which is quite nice. So if you want to do it on a device, you can. Again, equally on paper is also absolutely fine. 3 issues, 3 solutions.